Going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel Aquarian Ascendants, where we shed light, shed truth and share knowledge on many of the things that are happening on planet Earth. This video is going to be targeted towards raising your awareness. So yeah, when you start off with all of this stuff, okay, it can be a lot for people to take on. So a lot of people, they know certain things are happening on planet Earth. They know that deep down. They may deny it at first, but there's a part of them, there's a part in everyone that knows that the government lies or that we're being controlled in one way or another. And it's like, why do people have a problem facing that truth? Why are we as a collective humanity not able to look at that truth and shed light on that truth and make progress towards undoing all of those things? The programming has become so deep, people's minds have been infiltrated so deep that it's actually become a subconscious thing that people are experiencing, the way people are living their lives. Okay, they're not actually consciously aware of many of the things that they're doing, because a lot of it's happening under a subconscious program. And that subconscious program, whether you want to call it something like hypnosis or whatever it is, okay, over years and years and years and years and years, us as a species, us as a human being, okay, our DNA has been controlled, manipulated, and they've made it very, very hard for people to start ascending their energy, to start ascending their awareness, to start waking up. Okay, so one of the ways that I like to describe it, okay, humans have become so attached into this physical reality, so this tangible physical reality that we're in, with objects and things. We rely on the senses. Okay, so the five senses: what we can see, what we can hear, what we can taste, what we can touch, okay, and what we can touch, what we can smell, and what we can touch. Okay, so the five senses. So it's like, if you was to close your eyes, okay, you would know that there's still objects and things around you. Okay, even though you've shut off one of your senses, you still know that there's objects there when you close your eyes. Okay, it's a bit like if you put your hands over your ears, the frequency of sound begins to change. Okay, it's like when you put food in your mouth, obviously you can taste the food. It's a sensory stimulation. Okay, in the Matrix, they say if what you can see, touch, taste, smell and hear is real, okay, if those things are real, then real is only identified by electrical signals coming from the brain. Okay, so if that's what's real, then electrical signals are only creating your reality. But there's more beyond the body. There's more beyond our physical senses, and this is where people's minds become very, very limited. Okay, and this is a big reason why people can't ascend their energy and ascend their focus. This is where meditation, things like that come in. Because if you can close your eyes and you still know that things are there, what's going to happen when you shut off all of your senses on a deep level, okay, and expand your energy outwards? Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it's happening. So a lot of things are hidden. Okay, the human eyes and the ears, we can only hear it up to a certain frequency. We can only see within a certain range of a light spectrum. We can only see certain things happening, which means there are many other energies, many other things influencing this reality that we're living in. Okay, and this is where, like I said, people's minds have become very limited into what they believe and what is actually happening. When you learn to see past that, when you learn to expand, when you begin to learn to grow and evolve your own soul and ascend, okay, that's when you can start seeing things that you can't really see with the physical. Okay, you begin to feel it, you begin to know, you begin to activate your intuition. So that being said, okay, there's obviously things going on, what they're doing to stop us ascending. Okay, so The list goes on and on and on. Obviously, people know they do things like poisoning the foods, poisoning the water, putting fluoride in the toothpaste, which decalcifies the pineal gland in the brain, which is a big part of your ascension. Okay, the pineal gland, ascending the oil. So, like in the Bible, it says man fell from the heavens. Again, I said this in my previous video. A lot of people don't know that the Bible is actually a metaphorical text. Okay, for the human body, it's not a literal thing. But man fell from the heavens. Okay, so you have the pituitary gland and you have the pineal gland. Okay, the milk and the honey. Okay, and when that gets released down the spine, okay, it goes through something called the claustrum. This milk and honey, it's like presence. It's a special power, right? And as that gets released from the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, it travels down the base of the spine. Okay, it travels through the claustrum, which is where the term Santa Claus comes from. Santa Claus comes down the chimney to deliver presents. Okay, so this oil ascends down the claustrum, down the base of the spine, and sits in the solar plexus area, otherwise known as Bethlehem. Okay, and this oil, called Christos, okay, comes from the Greek term Christos, which means oil. When that ascends back up into the brain and it activates the pineal gland, and then you get this surge of energy, this extra power, right? The resurrection of Christos, the resurrection of Christ, okay? Ascending your energy back up, understanding what this reality is, questioning reality, being able to see things from a completely different perspective, okay? So, for example, you come home one night and your parents are sitting there watching the TV, and they're watching the news and they're believing the shit coming through the news about this like coronavirus or whatever it is, right? Fear, all of that kind of stuff, okay? When you can see past that illusion, when you see through that, and you begin to understand, okay, what I can see through it, but what do I actually do? What can I actually do to ascend my energy, right? Our purpose is to essentially come back to the kingdom, okay? Find our way back to the kingdom, to the Garden of Eden, as it's metaphorically described in the Bible. And the way that we live, okay, is designed to keep us in a state of constant suffering. So people have trouble with this ascension. That's why we see so many people, addicted to drugs. This is why we see so many people arguing, not able to maintain healthy relationships. Okay, because the energies, they don't understand the energies they're dealing with. They don't understand all the things going on, the sciences that are actually governing everything. Astrology, learning to understand all of those energies going on. How certain transits in space are manipulating the energies on Earth. Okay, it's no coincidence that the planet of Saturn, okay, in 2020, March 2020, Saturn moved into the sign of Aquarius in March 2020. Now Saturn represents time. Saturn represents restriction. Okay, the whole world went into lockdown in March 2020. Okay, so that's no coincidence that cosmic energy of Saturn. People think we're just here. People just think we're these objects on the planet just doing nothing. Okay, people don't understand that we're part of a much bigger project, whatever it is. Okay, we're part of something much bigger, and people think these planets or these stars are just there. Okay, no, these planets and stars are energy. These planets and stars are bigger than us. We are only we're specks of dust. We are specks of dust. Cool, we have a purpose, we have things that we're meant to do, okay, but there are much bigger things going on, and this is where, again, people's minds are limited because they are not able to ascend and see. So, for example, the planet of Saturn is an energy, the planet of Neptune is an energy. I'm not going to go into all of that stuff in this video, but all of these, their energies, their entities. The Earth has an energy, the Earth has an energy field, as do the other planets. So these planets that are influencing and affecting Earth, that's why when you have a full moon, okay, they don't like doing surgery under the full moon, because the moon is all to do with emotion. The moon is all to do with emotion. That's why women have their menstrual cycles around the moon. It's like people are not able to see this stuff. And when you talk about it, you get called crazy, or you get called whatever, because 98% of people are living zombies. 98% of people are just part of their system. They are controlled. They are controlling many people, not you specifically watching this video, but they are controlling many people in ways that they're not even realize that they're being controlled. And this is how deep the infiltration is. This is how deep the mind control is. And it's like, boom, if you've had an awakening and you know something's not right, okay, there's a reason that a lot more people have become awoke in the past 2 years. There's a reason for that. So if you're watching this video and you know that something's not right, and you know I'm starting to experience certain things which seem pretty crazy or whatever, just know that you're starting to wake up. You're starting to wake up from this illusion, the clown show that they've been putting onto people for years. Okay, like the Illuminati and the hierarchy structure. A lot of people think the Illuminati is a load of whack. Go look at the US dollar. 1 second. The US dollar. Okay, if you look on the back of it, my camera's the other way around. But why is it there? Why is it there? Okay, why is it there? And in Latin it says the New World Order. What's the fucking New World Order? Excuse the language. What is the New World Order? Okay, this was created years and years ago, hundreds of years ago. So this whole system built on hierarchy structure. Keep the rich rich, keep the poor poor. All for profit. The pharmaceutical industry, the food industry, the amount of lies that have been told to humanity has fucked people's brains, fucked people's minds, and messed up people's DNA. So you watching this video, for example, may be the one to break what they call your family curse or your family generational curse, because you're the woke one. You are here to switch up your DNA, to transmute the Christos back up into the the oil back up into the brain, to learn to expand your consciousness, expand your energy. And the way to do that is not going to be necessarily easy because of the way that we're conditioned. So where can people start? Detoxification of mind, detoxification of the body, okay? Fasting, allowing your body to fast. They've told you that you need breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day. Whenever I've done a fast, my skin's cleared up. I feel healthier, I feel happier. Why is that? Because the body is a self-healing mechanism. The body is extremely self-healing. Okay? For example, I just broke my ankle a couple weeks ago. It's not me physically healing my foot. It's not me sending, well, it is and it isn't, but it's not me physically healing my ankle. There's other energies going on. There's other forces going on. My body is operating. My body is functioning. And this is the thing. People don't understand how their bodies actually work because, again, they've been lied to. All they want to do is put fear into people. When I went to get this x-rayed, okay, when I went to get my foot x-rayed, they wanted to give me injections in my stomach. They're telling me it's going to take 6 weeks for my ankle to heal, right? I started looking into other things. I'm lucky enough that my dad works in a few natural health and holistic kind of things. He does like acupuncture and stuff. And I've been having electroacupuncture on my ankle, right? Western medicine will not encourage electroacupuncture. And within a couple of weeks, I'm able to now stand on my foot again. I'm able to put weight on my foot. I haven't had it in a cast. I didn't have the injections that they're trying to give me, trying to scare me, saying I'm going to get blood clot in my heart if I don't get an injection in my stomach because I broke my foot. Because I'm tapped in. I said to the doctor respectfully, I'm not having those injections. And the doctor started to get mad. Trust me, go to your doctor and try to have a conversation with your doctor about your subconscious mind. Because I could talk about this for a long time, right? But your doctor ain't gonna have that conversation with you about your subconscious mind because there's things they're not allowed to reveal. Because when they go to medical school, firstly, a lot of doctors are corrupt and manipulated because they've been taught a syllabus from the system that they're only allowed to learn certain things, which again can be lies. Okay, so they take an oath. They take an oath. Why do they have to take an oath? Because there's certain things that they're not allowed to reveal to the public. The NHS, okay, is very, 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 very satanic. Very satanic. And you can go and do all of that research. Because the whole system is being governed by the entities which are controlling everything. So when you learn to switch off from that, when you learn to become aware, then you can begin to change things. That if you're ignorant to this, if you're ignorant to all of this stuff, and you'd rather just not listen to it, not hear it, and you think you can just run away from it, then you're wrong. Okay, and your problems are only gonna get worse, because because we have issues on planet Earth. Whenever you run away from a problem, okay, you may think you're temporarily getting away from it, but what you're actually doing is that problem is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And for most people, what they're going to find in the next few years, especially by 2024, is that they're going to be met with this massive shift, this massive change, right? And because they haven't done the work, because they don't understand, because they've been trying to run from it for time, okay, it's going to go and it's going to smack them in the fucking arse. I'm saying it because with a lot of passion, because I've been on this for time. Even when I was a kid in school and I started waking up to all this shit, right, there'll be certain things that I might say and people would just call me nuts or whatever, or think I'm nuts or I'm weird or whatever it was, yeah, because their minds were asleep. And when I was younger, okay, what actually happened to me was I used to suffer with a lot of shit going on internally, okay, and I could never understand what it was, but my mind was always awake, my mind was always woke, and my body at that time, my body couldn't handle the energy and the frequency, the things that were coming into me, okay, my body couldn't handle it at that time because I didn't understand. And it's only now where I'm looking back, where I'm able to share this knowledge and I'm coming into my own understanding of things, that's why that happened, okay. And people, okay, are going to start understanding certain things, okay, when all this stuff starts coming through, okay. So like I said, if you're running from the issue, it's only going to get bigger. So things that we as a collective consciousness and humanity have to start doing is raising our energy. So like I said, fasting, okay, becoming aware of meditation, okay, medicinal plants, supplements, all of those kind of things, okay, which are going to start to fire up the cells in your body. Your cells are electricity. Everything in your body is electricity, okay. And what's happening is the things that we're putting into our bodies, they're lowering the voltage in our cells, in our overall internal central nervous system. Okay, these vaccines that people have got. Why do you think the vaccines contain all this nanoparticle shit? Why do you think Elon Musk is developing a flipping brain chip to put into people's heads? Why are they trying to push this artificial intelligence? Because they're trying to push people deeper into this program. Okay, the film I, Robot with Will Smith come out years ago, set in 2035. Ready Player One with the virtual reality headset set in 2040 something or whatever it is. Okay, trying to take people off planet Earth. WALL-E by Disney, artificial intelligence, okay, taking people away from who they really are. So all these jabs that people are getting, why are people dropping dead on the floor, why are people going all like this on football pitches? Because it's interfering with the central nervous system, the electrical current around the body. And I know I'm not angry or anything like this, I'm just saying all this stuff with a lot of passion because I've been seeing it for such a long time, and it's only now people are starting to come into it. So sending your energy, fasting, herbal supplements, medicinal plants, open up your mind. I personally don't smoke a lot of weed, or any weed actually, because I believe some plants to be good and I believe some plants to be bad, and weed is not one of them. But medicinal mushrooms, lion's mane mushroom, all those kind of things. Okay, psilocybin. Okay, why did they ban psilocybin back in the 80s? Because people started to wake up from it. Why are things like alcohol and cigarettes and vapes legal? Because that shit is destroying your body. Alcohol is an entity. That's why it's called a spirit. Vodka, JD, rum, because they're spirits. They are entities which enter the system. That's why people experience altered states of reality when they're drunk. And that shit consumes you. It's like I often describe it as like, if anyone's seen that film Venom or Spider-Man 3, yeah. When that black stuff, it's a tiny little black spectrum, okay, an energy which comes from where? Space, and it comes down, it crashes, and then it takes him over. It goes onto him, it expands, and it expands all over him, and then he tries to get the venom off of him, but the venom starts to change him. The venom starts to change on Spider-Man in the film, right? And It's only when he hurts the person that he loves that he understands, fuck, what is this shit on me? What the fuck is this shit on me? And then he goes up to the church, and then he's the bell's ringing, and it's going dong, and this venom's screaming out of him, psh, like that. Venom's like screaming off of him, and he's trying to get this suit off, and he can't take the suit off because the venom is now completely attached to him. He does get the suit off, but how does he get the suit off? When the bell is ringing at church, he's praying to God. God, transmute my energy upwards, please. He's praying to God, and then the bell's ringing, and the bell signals what? High frequency. The bell's, as he whacks the thing, the bell rings, and then it's got high frequency energy. So what it's trying to, the subliminal is, these low energy entities do not like high frequency energies. They do not like light. They do not like love. There's a spectrum of emotion. You've got guilt and fear at the bottom, and love and joy at the top. Okay, and at the end of the Spider-Man film, obviously the film came out years ago, so I'm sure loads of people have seen it. But the venom goes on to somebody else. And this is what's happening in society. Okay, they're inflicting this dark energy onto people, and it's latched onto 98% of people. That's why only 2% of people, okay, when they're talking about the things I'm talking about, are the only 2% of people generally get it. And those 2% of people are God's people, the light. The people that understand are able to ascend their energy up. But yeah, just going back to the film, when he's got the pole, and Spider-Man again, he's trying to actually defeat the person, Venom. Again, it's the frequency, whacks the poles, the metal poles, and it goes dong, and you just hear frequency ringing, high frequency. But you get the idea. So one's ascension is all about connecting with the self, understanding the self. In Buddhism as well, okay, understanding all your chakras, your energy. Each chakra is like a whirlpool of energy, and the water cannot flow. The water cannot flow upwards into the higher space. Okay, if you're stuck in the lower regions of suffering, of it's like your rivers become blocked with rocks. It's like the water's trying to get through, but there's rocks there blocking it, and the water can't travel upwards. But things like fasting clears all of that. Things like herbal supplements, expanding your mind, allowing your energy to move, working through your traumas, working through your fears. Okay, don't hide away from your fears. Face your fears is what they is the same. But what does it mean to face your fear? Okay, I'll watch how long this video is getting. But facing your fears means acknowledging them, understanding that they're there. Okay, and facing them, letting them move through you, feeling that energy, as scary as it may feel, because the moment you shy away from it, you're blocking that energy trying to come through your internal body. Okay, so feeling all your trauma, feeling all your energy, revisiting certain actions, understanding where you went wrong in the past, for example, okay, and making a change to be a better person. Okay, and when you start to do these things, and you start to transmute all of that energy, and you begin to open your mind into things, and you're able to look at the dark. Like the other day I posted about the child sex trafficking with all these celebrities. I'm not going to go into that in this video, otherwise it's just going to get me mad. But you can start to look at those things and jump down the rabbit holes and understand the truth. So yeah, so for anyone that's actually looking to start, okay, and that's what I'd recommend. Begin with the fasting, begin really meditating, begin opening up your chakra systems. Okay, start looking into things like astrology, where you can start to understand the energies you're working with, and be willing to open your mind. Like, most people think astrology is a load of doo-doo. Okay, so this is the thing. Question everything you've been taught, and begin to start unlearning those things, because a lot of the things we've been taught are lies. So yeah, I'm gonna round that video off there. Yeah, please continue to shed light, shed truth, and share knowledge. Do what you have to do. Okay, your ascension is not always an easy task, but we're here. Things are coming to light. Okay, next year in 2023, when they start implementing their new agenda, they start wanting to introduce things like CBDCs, the way companies work, all of that kind of stuff, everything's going to start changing. And I know it's a lot to take in, but this is why it's even more important to do all the inner work, because you're going to have to do it at one point or another, and it's better to start doing it now. Really, now is the time. So peace, love, and I'll see you in the next video.